Buenas tardes, amigos, amigas, from a suburb of Detroit, up here in Michigan in the winter wonderland. And I hope we don't get any more snow. But it's been pretty good. The weather's been pretty fair. We had a couple good days earlier in the week. But anyway, one of the subscribers asked me the other day when I'm coming back to Mexico. And I just said, I don't know. It depends on how things move along. I've got things I need to do up here, and hopefully I'll get back sooner than I hoped, but we'll see. I want to talk about rentals, and I often go on the website just to look at rentals because I really love them. There's a lot of good listings, and I go to a couple different realtors, and maybe sometimes I'll go to 3 or 4 or 5 or something, but there are dozens. I know one realtor has dozens of listings, and there's just dozens of listings, and a lot of them say available. So you might want to use the website and call your local realtors. I don't want to see people be limited to just one source and rely on one source. And another thing to remember is when you're looking for rentals, you're going to see people they have social media platforms, and they're going to walk into places and shoot videos, and you need to ask the realtors questions, because often these people with the social media platforms, they're not going to tell you that this place is located way out somewhere far out. So you're going to want to find out what your walkability is. How close you are to certain things. Are you close to the pharmacy? Are you close to your favorite restaurants or the coffee shops? Whatever it is, are you close to the bike path? Because you might be a jogger, you might like to ride your bike or walk and exercise. Even buses, you might want to catch a bus. And even if you have a car, you might want to do some of those things. Walk your dog to the pharmacy, take the dog out for some exercise. Things like that, or wherever you want to go. So, I know a lot of people who own cars, and they still do a lot of walking for exercise, and they like to get out and be close to things. So, walkability is an important thing, and you're not going to hear that when people are loading up videos or shooting videos for social platforms, so different social media platforms. So, those things are important to a lot of people. Another thing is, when you're looking at these places, if you see a place with a pool, if there's a tarp on the pool, what's the deal? Why is there a tarp on the pool? Maybe there's a legitimate or a logical explanation, but maybe it's because it's being worked on. Maybe it's not a heated pool, maybe something's going on. I think by the time March comes, if you got a tarp on a pool in the middle of March, you got to find out why the tarp is on there. Another thing you want to be careful of is safety. Some of the homes, and they'll charge you a pretty good amount of money for rent, but you want to know, if you can get a railing put in there alongside the steps, if possible. That could be a safety issue, even though you don't have toddlers or children. That can be a safety factor, not having a railing. I know a lady I met with her husband on the Cartagena Highway. One of her dogs urinated on the floor, and she didn't see it. And she stepped on it, and she took a slip and a hard fall. A real hard fall. She broke her hip pretty bad, and she was on a walker, and she was, pretty sore. I heard her husband told me about it. She told me it was because the dog peed on the floor, so she didn't see it. But but not having a railing might be a risk factor for some. Not saying off, but for some. Also, walkability. I think I mentioned it. Can you walk? Are you going to be in a place where you're going to have to walk a lot of cobblestones? Now, I do a lot of walking, the 3 in San Miguel de Allende and both seasons in the Ajijic, Chapala area, all over Lakeside. I did a lot of walking, and it doesn't bother me so far. But some people might not want to walk, so you're going to want to find out about, you know, how, is it an easy walk to get around here? You know, things like that. And those are questions you're going to want to ask. Let me see. I might see another one. Okay. Wow. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, I think I covered some of the questions, or most of the questions that I wanted to let you know to ask. Of course, you're always going to want to ask first and last month, whether it's a security deposit, whether it's 6 months, 12 months, what utilities are included, what the price is. But there's another one, square footage. Like I said, you're going to see people in these platforms, these social media platforms, go through a place with the video, and you're going to want to wonder, you know, is that place big enough? What is a meter squared? Be honest with you, I didn't know what a meter squared was until about 3 weeks or 4 or 5 weeks ago when I looked it up on the internet. I Googled it. 1 meter squared is equal to 10.734 feet. If you multiply that, then you're going to get the square footage. So once again, multiply meters squared times whatever the meters squared is listed, multiply that by 10.734 feet, and then you'll get the total square footage. So, you know, you're going to want to know these things because things aren't always as big as they seem in the videos, or sometimes they're even bigger than they might be bigger than they seem. So that's something you'll want to know. So I'm going to go on a website and I'm going to look up something, and I think I found something that's pretty fair, pretty reasonable place in La Floresta, and I'm going to put that up in the next video. Please hit the word subscribe, tap on that, subscribe to this channel. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to any YouTube channels, and give this video a thumbs up. With that, thanks, and I'll try to get that video up in a few minutes. And hey, buenas noches, and have good luck searching for apartments. Thanks.